Hey everybody, Dallas again with Chaos Fragrances. Today we're back with another weekly fragrance rotation video. This is video number 9 in the series, and as always I'm going to be going over the fragrances that I wore every day from last week. So I'm going to be covering from Wednesday, June 5th to Tuesday, June 11th. So let's go and jump right into this. Starting off on Tuesday, I went with Tommy Bahama Island Life. So Tommy Bahama fragrances in general are very affordable fragrances, and they can be picked up for around the $20 range for like 100ml bottles online. Don't pay retail for these because these do retail for like $80 or something ridiculous like that. Definitely don't go that route. If you are looking at picking up any Tommy Bahama fragrances, make sure you check out discounters and don't pay that crazy price at retail. This is a pretty nice scent. It's not really what you would expect. The name Island Life would kind of allude to something aquatic and fresh and salty like that, but this is not aquatic at all. It's a little bit sweet. It's got nutmeg, it's got bergamot, I believe, so it is a little bit more of a woody and sweet masculine scent. Doesn't really smell like what the name would imply. It doesn't smell like you're living on an island or necessarily anything like that. And like I mentioned, it does not have any sort of aquatic or marine type of smell, but it does still smell very nice. It is a little bit basic, it's a little bit generic, but it is again a Tommy Bahama fragrance, and when you can pick this one up for around the $18-20 range, it is pretty nice. So this is an eau de cologne concentration, and on top of that, the performance really is not good at all. I mean, longevity, I get a couple hours at max. Projection, there really isn't too much at all. So performance overall is bad on this scent, but this is one where it does smell nice, and it's one that I like to just spray on pretty heavily and just enjoy it for myself when I'm in the mood to smell it. It's definitely not one that I reach for often, but it is a nice scent that I like to pick up from time to time. So that is Tommy Bahama Island Life. I also want to mention quickly before we move on with the video that I should have most of these fragrances available on my website. If you head on over to chaosfragrances.com, I've got over 1,000 different designer and niche fragrances listed for both men and women. So whatever you're looking for, I should have it. I've got all the main designer and niche brands covered, all at very competitive prices. So you're pretty much getting the best deal around. And on top of that, shipping is also very fast. People have been getting their orders within 2 to 3 business days around that time, which is great. That's one of my main goals, is to try to get it to you quickly. I'm usually pretty anxious to get it and, start wearing it right away. So that's my main goal, not only to have very good prices, but to also have very fast shipping and service as well. So if you have any questions regarding your order, or if I have certain things in stock, or if I can get certain fragrances, be sure to reach out to me via email. And of course, again, go check out the website, browse through all the stuff I have, all at great prices. So if you're looking to pick up bottles, definitely go check it out. On Thursday, I went with Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. So I was wearing this one on Thursday to test it out for the review that I just uploaded a few days ago. You can go check that out if you haven't watched it already. To give you a quick little brief on this scent, I do think it smells nice. One way I describe this scent is that it's like a hybrid between the original Light Blue and between Light Blue Eau Intense. So for me, Light Blue Intense basically takes that DNA, makes it a little bit more salty, and gives it a little bit more depth as well. And Light Blue isn't quite as salty, it has more of a citrus overtone. This basically takes that saltiness, amps it up a little bit more compared to the original Light Blue, and also tweaks the dry down. You get a little bit more coconut and a little bit more sweetness in the dry down of this scent compared to the original, and even compared to Light Blue Eau Intense. So it basically is just a slightly different take on that DNA. It is different enough to where I do think it is worth checking out. Coconut is listed as one of the most prominent notes on this fragrance if you look on Fragrantica, and one thing I made sure to cover in my review is that I don't get that much coconut. In the opening, I don't get any at all. Only in the dry down do I start to pick up on a little bit of it, but it's definitely not the main note, or it's definitely not prominent. So don't buy this expecting like a coconut bomb. If you're looking for a coconut fragrance that's dominated by that note, you're going to want to look elsewhere. Putting that aside, this is still a nice scent, and now that I have this, I'm really debating on whether or not I'm going to rebuy my Light Blue Intense bottle or not, because they are somewhat similar. Performance on this is very good. It performs better on me than Light Blue Intense. Longevity is great. Projection is pretty good as well. So really all around, I think this is a pretty solid fragrance. This isn't a revolutionary release. It's nothing that's completely different in the Light Blue line, but it is still nice. So again, that is what I wore on Thursday, prepping for that review, Light Blue Sun. On Friday, I went with Amouage Reflection Man. So this is a wonderful fragrance. If you're into soapy, floral, citrus fragrances, you have to check this one out. And this is one that I carry on my website for a great price for a 100 ml, brand new in box, full presentation bottle. You can pick it up for about $155. Great price, definitely worth every penny of that. This stuff is very, very nice smelling. I remember I got a sample of this one back when I first started collecting, and I wasn't really too impressed by it at that time. It really took me a while to warm up to it and really start to appreciate it. And as time went on, I kept going back to that sample, I kept smelling it, and it was growing on me, eventually to the point where I did end up picking up a bottle. And now that I have it, there's really no looking back. Really good stuff for the warm weather. So that's what I wore on Friday, a really nice scent, good for any sort of slightly dressed up situations, and even for me, good for an evening out, even though it is more of a bright, soapy citrus fragrance, maybe more suited for the daytime. I still like to wear this one in the evening as well, just because I feel like it's pretty well suited for that. So again, Friday I wore Amouage Reflection Man. On Saturday I went with Bvlgari Aqva Marine. I actually wore this one while going to watch the fireworks out on the lake with my girlfriend. There really aren't too many other scents I would pick for that situation, being out on the lake in the evening. This one worked really well for that. It's a nice salty, aquatic marine scent for men with a little bit of citrus, a little bit of a floral touch, but not too overboard. This scent usually gets overlooked. People are either looking at Aqua Amara or Aqua Atlantique. In terms of those two, I would put this one in the middle. So I would rank Aqua Atlantique, this one, and then Aqua Amara. I'm really not a huge fan of Amara. That one's a little bit too floral for me, and there's just something about it that doesn't work well with me. This one is pretty nice though. I do enjoy this one. Atlantique is my favorite out of the ones that I've tried so far, but this one's up there next to it. This stuff is really nice. If you're looking for a straight up aquatic scent, something that smells like the ocean, something that will remind you of just being on the beach, this is the one that you're going to want to check out. This one isn't as versatile and as people-pleasing as Aqua Atlantique is. This one is a little bit more specific. This one is, in my opinion, a little bit more suited towards the fragrance enthusiast, not just for people who just want to smell good and get compliments, but more for someone who is after a nice aquatic scent. I feel like that's what this one is marketed for. So again, if you're after a great aquatic scent for the summertime, definitely check this one out. It performs pretty good, it smells great. So again, that is what I wore on Saturday, Bvlgari Aqva Marine. On Sunday, I went with Choo Man Ice. So this is one that I've recently picked up, and the reason why that is because I'm going to be doing my Dior Homme Cologne comparison video. So I've been taking some time to pick up all the other fragrances that smell like it. I've still got a couple more on the way, and as soon as I get those in and I test them out, I'm going to put that video together. I'm going to be comparing Dior Homme Cologne with like 3 other fragrances that smell like it, and this is one of them. So I was wearing this one on Sunday to start testing it and to get a feel for how this is. And I'm not going to give too much away right now because that video is going to be coming up soon, but this is pretty close to Dior Homme Cologne. I was pleasantly surprised. This is a cheaper fragrance. You can get this one for around the $30–$35 range online. Again, this is one that I carry on my website for a good price. I've got tester bottles and I've got full presentation bottles in the 100 ml bottle size like this. So I do have it for a pretty good price. And like I said, I'm pretty surprised by how close this gets. I have tried one other fragrance so far that is similar to Dior Homme Cologne, or that gets compared to it, and this doesn't come as close as that one does. And again, I'm going to reveal all that in the upcoming video, but this one does get pretty close. From what I've found so far in the dry down, this one goes a little bit more sweet and a little bit more spicy as well. So it doesn't quite maintain that straight up fresh brightness that Dior Homme Cologne has. It goes in a slight different direction, but it still stays on track with that DNA. So definitely worth checking this one out. And like I said, I'm going to have a full video up comparing all of these fragrances within about a few days. So if you're looking into that, definitely make sure you stay tuned. So that's what I wore on Sunday, just giving this one a test, Choo Man Ice. On Monday, I went with Creed Zesty Mandarin Pamplemousse. So this is a Creed that you really don't hear too much about. This is a really nice classic citrus scent. It does have kind of this old school smell to it, just like a classic citrus fragrance, kind of mature. This definitely doesn't smell like your generic citrus fragrance that we've been having released lately. Definitely has more of an old school approach to it, and it does smell pretty nice. Performance is about what you would expect from a Creed, but the quality is great, the smell is great, and it's a really nice one, kind of like a throwback fragrance for me. It's something that makes me feel classy when I wear it and when I smell it. It's just a nice scent to have, and it works perfect for the summertime. For really hot days, this one is killer. So that's what I wore on Monday, Zesty Mandarin Pamplemousse. And then, by the way, this is an eau de toilette from Creed. Typically Creeds are all eau de parfum, but the bottles with a gray cap like this one is an eau de toilette. So that's just something I wanted to throw out there. So moving on to Tuesday, the last day of the week, I went pretty basic for this one, Dior Sauvage. So this is one that I haven't been wearing as much as normal. Typically in summertime, this is one of my favorites. This is one of my dumb reach fragrances, one that I just pick up and wear no matter what the situation is for the most part, just when I need something easy to wear. Lately, Prada Luna Rosa Carbon has taken that spot over Dior Sauvage just because I really have fallen in love with that scent. I really like that one. But I wanted to kind of go back to my roots and go with Sauvage, and even though I haven't been wearing this one as much, when I smelled it, I was reminded how much I like it. It's really hard to beat that bright, in-your-face, peppery opening, that nice bergamot, ambroxan pepper from Sauvage, and Prada basically takes that but smooths it out, and again, it does smell very good, but there is something about the opening of Sauvage that I really enjoy, and it's something I like every time I spray it on. So the performance of this one is far superior to Carbon, which is definitely a plus side. This stuff performs very strong, lasts through the whole day, projects very strong, just a really good performer all around, and a really pleasant scent. So guys, that was it. That was my weekly fragrance rotation for last week. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys wore, and also let me know any video suggestions. If you want to see anything in specific or in particular, let me know down below, whether it be a review, a top 10, or even like a fragrant facts video. I used to do those videos a lot, basically just informing you on certain topics within the fragrance community. I haven't done one of those in a long time, so just let me know down below what you would like to see on the channel going forward. And I'm also going to be working on getting some more outdoor videos pushed out for you guys as well. It's been very nice here lately, a little bit warm, but nonetheless still very nice out, so I am going to be trying to get outside and record some videos when I can. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, pretty much all the fragrances I mentioned in the video I carry on my website, chaosfragrances.com. Some of the best prices around, and also very fast shipping, so make sure you go check it out. And that's it guys, make sure you leave a like. Also don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I post. That's it for me guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.